Hi, welcome you all. Welcome to Muni Maths. In this video, would like to discuss Mechanical Engineering GATE 2021 Mathematics Part Solutions. Okay. So in that first question we have consider an n by n matrix A and a non-zero n by 1 vector P. Their product AP equal to alpha square P, where alpha is in R and alpha is not minus 1, 0 and 1. Alpha is not belongs to minus 1, 0 and 1. Based on the given information, the eigenvalue of A square is, based on the given information, the eigenvalue of A square is. Generally, the eigenvalue based on the definition we have, so whenever A is a given matrix, for any n by 1 matrix lambda, such that A lambda equal to Ax equal to, for any n by 1 vector, for any n by 1 vector Ax such that Ax equal to lambda x, Ax equal to lambda x. So A is any given matrix, so and x is any n by 1 vector, okay, it satisfies the condition such that Ax equal to lambda x, then lambda is called as eigenvalue of A, eigenvalue of A, and x is called eigenvector. X is called eigenvector. Okay, we don't bother of eigenvector here. Okay, so would like to find A square eigenvalues. Okay, so according to the given, in the same manner, the given as A is any n by n matrix and P is any n by 1 matrix, AP equal to, it satisfies alpha square P, alpha square P. In the same manner of this above definition, which satisfies alpha square, so alpha square is the eigenvalue. This is called eigenvalue of A. So A has eigenvalue of alpha square. Okay. Then using our properties of eigenvalues, the eigenvalues of A square will be alpha square, whole square, alpha. Okay, if A has eigenvalue of lambda, then A square has eigenvalue of lambda square. Okay, so same manner, A has given eigenvalue of alpha square, then A square having eigenvalue of alpha power 4, means that D is the given equation. D, option D is the correct for given options, for given options. Okay, so that's about past one. It's very easy one. Now coming to the second one, if Laplace transform of function f of t is given by s plus 3 by s plus 1 into s plus 2, then f of 0 is. This we can solve by two ways. Means first would like to find what is f of t. Based on that, f of 0 will find. Or we can apply initial value theorem, like that also we can find. I'll solve both. Whatever you like, you can follow that. So given f of s as, given f of s as s plus 3 by s plus 1 into s plus 2. So f of t as Laplace inverse of this f of s. Laplace inverse of this f of s. So Laplace inverse of this one, s plus 3 by s plus 1 into s plus 2. So if I express this in partial fractions, s plus 3 by s plus 1 into s plus 2. So I take a by s plus 1 and b by s plus 2. Then s plus 3 will be, s plus 3 will be a times s plus 2 plus b times s plus 1. Put s equal to minus 2. This is minus 2 plus 3 on LHS side. This is 0. This is b into minus 2 plus 1. So this is 1 equal to minus b, means that b equal to minus 1. And put s equal to minus 1 in the given this equation, minus 1 plus 3 equal to a into minus 1 plus 2 plus 0. So this is 2 equal to a. So therefore a is 2 and b is minus 1. So therefore s plus 3 by s plus 1 into s plus 2 can be written as 2 by a is 2 by s plus 1 and b is minus 1 by s plus 2. So now f of t is Laplace inverse of, I replace here, the Laplace inverse of 2 by s plus 1 minus 1 by s plus 2. So Laplace inverse of 1 by s minus a is e power at, s plus a is e power minus at. So this will be 2 into e power minus t, and this will be minus e power minus 2t. This is my f of t. And he asked that value of f of 0, that is 2 into e power 0 minus 1, that is 2 minus 1 will be 1. Okay, so option C is correct one. So we'll using of initial value theorem, that also will solve it. Initial value theorem, this is second method, okay. Method 2 will solve, okay. Initial value theorem says that, so limit t tends to 0, f of t will be limit s tends to infinity, s into f of s. So this nothing but f of 0 will be limit t tends to infinity, s into f of s, we have s plus 3 by s plus 1 into s plus 2. So here I would like to take s is common, 1 by 3 by 1 plus 3 by s by, here also s is common, 1 plus 1 by s, here s is common, 1 plus 2 by s. So all s will cancel out, taking, sorry, this is s tends to infinity, this is s tends to infinity. So taking s tends to infinity here, 1 plus 0 by 1 plus 0 into 1 plus 0. So finally 1 by 1 will be 1. So like that also we'll solve using of initial value theorem. Okay, using of initial value theorem. So that two methods, whatever the method you can apply. So in the same manner you can solve. Okay, I would like to go for next question. So the mean and variance of binomial distribution for n independent trials with probability of success p. It's a very direct question. The mean and variance of binomial distribution is, mean is np, variance is npq, and q can be written as 1 minus p. So np is the mean, np into 1 minus p is the variance. So that's why option D is the correct answer based on this. Okay. So now we'll go for another question. It's a very simple one, direct question. Okay. Now we go for another one. The value of integral 4 to 5.2 ln x dx using of Simpson's 1 by third rule with interval size of 0.3 is Simpson's 1 by third rule. Simpson's, this is a numerical question. So Simpson's 1 by third rule is to evaluate integral a to b f of x dx will be, so h by 3 times f of a plus f of b. When we divided a b in n intervals, okay, so n intervals, this be written as y equal to f of x, okay. So this will be 4 times f of a1 plus f of a3 plus f of a5 and so on plus 2 times f of a2 plus f of a4 even terms, 2 times even terms plus and so on. So this is the formula for Simpson's 1 by third rule. Okay. So here given a is 4, and b is 5.2, and the interval size they given as x values and taking f values. F of x is ln x. Okay, don't worry. So this is a is 4 with interval size of 0.3. So adding 0.3 here, 4.3. Again adding 4.6. Again adding 4.9. Again adding 5.2. So we'll get B. So we stop here. We'll stop here. Okay. So this is ln 4. This is ln 4.3. This is ln 4.6. This is ln 4.9. This is ln 5.2. There will be a scientific calculator. Okay. So using of that we'll find these all values. Okay. So I call this as f of a according to the given, and this is f of a1, and this is f of a2, this is f of a3, and this is f of a4. Okay, f of a4, or this is also called as f of b, also called as f of b. So substitute all the values in given formula. H is 0.3 by 3 times f of a. F of a is ln 4, f of b is ln 5.2. Okay, plus 4 times f of a1 ln 4.3 plus ln f of a3 is ln 4.9. There is no f of a5, then no need to worry. Plus 2 times f of a2 is there, f of a2 is there ln 4.6, and there is no f of a4, already we write for f of b. Okay, so we'll stop here. This is what our formula we can apply. So then while we calculating all these values, this will be 1.8272. While we calculating all these values using a scientific calculator, I use by calculator, I solve this, I get as 1.8272, nothing but 1.83. Up to 2 decimal places I correct this is 1.83. Okay, so that's about okay, numerical question we have. Okay, now we go for another question. The value of 1 plus I whole power 8 where I equal to root minus 1 equal to, this is a numerical, sorry, it's a complex question. Here the given complex number is 1 plus I whole power 8. So to find the powers of like 8, 10, more than 2, we'll go by modulus amplitude form of complex number. So this is z power n, okay. So for z we can write in modulus amplitude form. The modulus amplitude form of this is r into e power I theta, r into e power I theta. Okay, our Euler form of this is z, we can write as z in Euler form we can write as r into e power I theta, where r is root of a square plus b square and theta is tan inverse of um, modulus of b by a, and the theta can be written as based on the quadrant which lies. So here z is 1 plus I, means that a plus bi, a is 1, b is 1. So r is root of 1 plus 1 square plus 1 square is root 2. And theta is tan inverse of 1 by 1, tan inverse of 1 is pi by 4. Tan inverse of 1 is pi by 4. Okay. So therefore 1 plus I can be written as root 2 e power I into pi by 4. Root 2 e power I into pi by 4. Okay. So now if z is r into e power I theta, then z power n is r power n into e power I n theta. Z is r into e power I theta, then z power n is r power n into e power I n theta. So same manner if we write this 1 plus I whole power 8 as root 2 whole power 8 e power I into 8 into pi by 4. 8 into pi by 4. So root 2 power 8 is uh, uh, this can be written as, okay, root 2 2 uh, 2 2 power 8 by 2, 2 power 8 by 2, right? Not nothing but 4, 2 power 4. Okay, nothing but 16. This will be 16. Okay, 16, and this will be e power I into 2 pi, e power I into 2 pi, and e power I theta, e power I theta is cos theta plus I sin theta. cos theta plus I sin theta. So cos 2 pi plus I sin 2 pi. And cos 2 pi, you know it 1, and sin 2 pi, you know it 0. This will be 16. So the answer will be 16. The answer will be 16. Okay, this is also very simple basic question. We can easily answer this. Now we go for another one. It's a double integral. Okay, double integral direct question. So we need to find the value of 0 to pi by 2 and 0 to cos theta r sin theta dr d theta. So here this value about limits of theta, and this is about limits of r. This is the limits of r. Okay. So when we integrate this term 0 to pi by 2, I would like to integrate r terms first. So integral r d theta, r dr is r square by 2. 0 to cos theta I keep it same, and sin theta also I keep it same, d theta. So when we taking limits, this is cos square theta by 2 minus 0 sin theta d theta. Okay. So this is 0 to pi by 2 cos square theta by 2 taken outside sin theta d theta. Here I call as cos theta as u, then minus sin theta d theta as du. Means that sin theta d theta as d minus du. Okay. And coming to the limits, if theta is 0, then cos 0 is 1, therefore u is 1. If theta is pi by 2, then cos pi by 2 is 0, then u means 0. So therefore this will be 1 by 2, u equal to 1 to 0, This will be u square sin theta d theta is minus du. So minus 1 by 2 taken outside, u cube by 3. So the integral of u square is u cube by 3, 1 to 0. So this is minus 1 by 2. For upper limit this is 0, and for lower limit this is minus 1 by 3. Minus 1 by 2 into minus 1 by 3. Minus 1 by 2 into minus 1 by 3, this is 1 by 6. So answer will be 1 by 6. Okay. This is also a very simple question. We can solve easily. Now coming to this question, okay, see now this is somewhat they are testing our knowledge. So it's also simple, but they are testing our knowledge. See, let T, the subscript T represent the transpose operation. Consider the function f of x equal to 1 by 2 x transpose qx minus r transpose x, where x and r are n by 1 vectors and q is a symmetric n by n matrix. So this is very important. X and R are n by 1 matrices or vectors, and Q is n by n matrix. Nothing but symmetric form of matrix. Okay. So then stationary points. We'll go for stationary points later. First we'll call these. What about this? So let X is called as, a 2 by 2 I'll take. So 2 by 1, x1, x2. And R is, I'll take R1, R2. Okay, R1, R2. Okay. And Q, I would like to take, okay, a symmetric, which is a symmetric n by n matrix. I would like to take a 2 by 2 symmetric, 2 by 2. So that will be A, B, B, C. I would like to take A, B, B, C. Okay. Q will be. Okay. This is a symmetric 2 by 2 matrix. 2 by 2 symmetric. Symmetric means these values are same. Okay. So if I replace that 1 by 2 x transpose is x1, x2. Q is A, B, B, C. Again x is x1, x2. Minus R transpose R1, R2. And x, x1, x2. So this finally, this is x1, x2. I keep it same. This is AX1 plus BX2. This is BX1 plus CX2. This is R1X1 plus R2X2. Again I multiply with this 1 by 2 AX1 square plus BX1X2. plus b x1 x2 plus I just multiplying these matrices, okay, c x2 square minus r1 x1 minus r2 x2. So finally what we get as 1 by 2 a x1 square. This is 2b times x1 x2 by dividing with 2 b times x1 x2 plus c by 2 x2 square minus r1 x1 minus r2 x2. So this is my f of x. Okay, now I would like to find stationary points of f of x. Okay, stationary points means we will find stationary points by equating first order partial derivatives into 0, by equating first order partial derivatives to be 0. Okay, that's why I would like to find first order partial derivatives dou f by dou x1 and dou f by dou x2, okay, and equating to both dou f by dou x2, okay, and equating to both will be 0. Okay, so coming to dou f by dou x1, this will be half into a into 2x1 square 2x1, and this is bx2, and here no x1, this is 0, minus r1, this is 0. And similarly dou f by dou x2, this is bx1, this is 1 by 2, this is 1 by 2, c x2 square, right, c x2 square, okay, so c 2x2, and this is 0, and this is minus r2 into 1, minus r2, equating to 0. So this will be written in matrix form. Here 2's are gets cancelled. This will be written in matrix form. So this is A and this is B, and this is B and this is C, B, C, times of x1 x2 minus r1 r2 equal to 0. Nothing but this will be qx equal to r, qx, this will be goes this side r, so x equal to q inverse r, okay, so option B is correct, okay. So that's about stationary points. You just write this is nothing but quadratic form, they are giving indirect manner, this is quadratic form. Now stationary points would like to find first order derivatives, and you should express this in again matrix form, that's the thing. So that's the thing, if you express again this first order partial derivatives in matrix form, then you will get the value easily, okay. So that's the logic here to finding, okay. Yeah, so would like to go for another question. So consider the following differential equation: 1 plus y into dy by dx equal to y, 1 plus y into dy by dx equal to y. The solution of the equation that satisfies y of 1 equal to 1. So మనం డైరెక్ట్గా చెక్ చేద్దాం y of 1 equal to 1, which one it satisfies. So put x equal to 1, y equal to 1 here, 2 into 1 into e plus e, this is 2e equal to 2e, this satisfies, and this is 1 into e equal to e, this is also satisfies, and this is also satisfies, this is also satisfies, that's the thing. So if you go with condition, all are satisfies, that's why we need to solve this, and the solution is also very easy, going by variable separable method. So if I separate y terms, 1 plus y by y dy equal to taking dx this side, okay, dx this side, and taking integration 1 plus y by y dy equal to integral dx. This will be integral 1 by y plus 1 dy equal to dx, integral dx. So this is ln y plus y equal to x plus c, okay, right. So if I substitute the given condition, y of 1 equal to 1 here, so put y equal to 1 and x equal to 1 here, y equal to 1 and x equal to 1 here, ln 1 plus 1 equal to 1 plus c. ln1 0, 1 equal to 1 plus c, means that c equal to 0. So replace c equal to 0 here, ln y plus y equal to x, ln y plus y equal to x. Okay, so so this will be written as ln y equal to x minus y equal to e power x minus y. So nothing but y equal to e power x by e power y. So nothing but y into e power y equal to e power x. That's the way we can solve. So option C is correct one. Y into e power y equal to e power x. So option C is correct one. Okay. That's the way we can solve easily. Now coming to uh, another question, which is also numerical question. Okay. So find a positive real root of f of x equal to x cube minus x minus 3. Using of Newton's Raphson method, if starting guess x naught is 2, the numerical value of root after 2 iterations. So they are asking about only 2 iterations. Okay. So coming to Newton's Raphson method, it says that xn plus 1 equal to xn minus f dash f of xn by f dash of xn, by f dash of xn. That is the Newton-Raphson method says. So for initial approximation for n equal to 0, x 0 plus 1 equal to x naught minus f of x naught by f dash of x naught. Okay, so here f of x is x cube minus x minus 3, f dash of x is 3x square minus 1, and x naught they given initial guess as x naught as 2. Therefore x1 will be x naught as 2 minus f of 2 by f dash of 2. So substitute that 2 minus f of 2 ante 2 cube minus 2 minus 3 by 3 into 2 square minus 1. 2 cube is 8, 8 minus 5 is 3. 3 by, so this will be 2 minus 3 by 3 fours are 12, minus 1, 11, 3 by 11. 2 minus 3 by 11, and this will be, I can calculate by using calculator. This will gives 1.72. This will gives 1.72. Okay. So this is my x1. I go for x2. So put n equal to 1 here. x2 will be x1 minus f of x1 by f dash of x1. So that is 1.72 minus 1.72 whole cube minus 1.72 minus 3 by 3 into 1.72 whole square minus 1. So these are also I calculated by using of calculator. Okay. So this will get, I get as 1.67. Okay. So this is numerically typed question. The answer will be 1.67. Okay. So likewise you can find the solution of this. So this about mechanical engineering gate 2021 mathematics part solutions. So thank you all for listening this video. Thank you.